Welcome everyone to Global Purpose Speaks. I'm your host Taz Rashid, and I'm a musician who travels to mindful festivals and events all throughout the world. And one of my passions is to have conversations with transformational leaders, learn about their unique missions and how they're changing the world. We're doing a short series of sneak peeks of the upcoming IONS conference, the Science of What Connects Us, July 20th to the 23rd, 2017 in Oakland, California. And this talk series is created in partnership with Institute of Noetic Sciences, IONS, and Global Purpose Movement, who is a collective of change makers convening and co-creating an Earth's current shift towards a world that's really working for everyone. And today we are speaking with Amikaeyla, which means a nectar of God. And I'm so happy you're here with us. And I have a little bit of a bio. Yeah, I have a little bit of a bio for Amikaeyla before we jump into it with her. So she is from the music world, but's doing a lot of amazing things throughout a lot of different genres and movements. Proclaimed as one of the most purest contemporary voices by NPR, an 8-time winner of the Washington Area Music Association Award for Best Jazz, World, and Urban Contemporary Vocalist. And she's involved with a lot of different types of music. And she began her training at the age of 4, studying classical piano and really getting involved with certain venues as a national symphony, as well as in off-Broadway and Broadway theatrical and musical productions. Her strong academic interest in sacred ethnomusicology led her to study with many spiritual and musical masters from many different cultures, which led her to being invited to perform in India and to the commemoration of the Golden Buddha at personal invitation of His Holiness Dalai Lama, which is, wow, that's amazing. And her music as medicine program is a multifaceted therapeutic approach through music, movement, poetry, spoken word, and theater modalities, and has been utilized and implemented by the Department of Health and Human Services, the American Psychological Association, U.S. Consulate General Cultural Affairs Office, and Foreign Services Institute. With this work, she's been to 24 countries across 4 continents to work with at-risk refugee women, children, and families, hoping to aid in alleviating pain and trauma caused by war. Now she is living in Washington, D.C. and Northern California Bay Areas. Amikaeyla, welcome.
Thank you so much.
And there's so much more that I could have read, but for this short interview, this is what we're going to work with. So you know what? Let's jump into it. So Amikaeyla, you've accomplished so many amazing things and continuing to do so. What's exciting you right now? What are we facing as a collective? What are you seeing through your travels?
Wow. I think one of the things that is so important for me right now is water. The conversation about water, the conversation around how water not only affects the lives of humans and particularly young girls in developing countries where they spend the majority of their life on the water trail. But in all honesty, I'm also really concerned about water and the medicinal herbs that have been affected and have been depleted by this. I just came from several international herb symposiums and hearing from people all over Africa, all over Costa Rica, all over the world. And I'm in California. Core medicinal plants that we need every day is mind-boggling. And so I really do feel that the conversation around environment, global warming, and water is really up, and how that not only affects us as humans, but all of us as species, and in particular plants.
Yeah. Wow, that's really great. And from the work that you're personally doing, are there projects you're involved with, like to do with water, or is that?
Yes.
Can you share a little bit, maybe more about that? How you're involved with that?
I have an organization called the International Cultural Arts and Healing Sciences Institute. Mm-hmm. And so I partner with the State Department and with the United Nations, and I travel as a cultural ambassador to places like, I just got back from Pakistan not long ago, where I found out in Urdu my name means I'm a banana. I'm grateful to share. I love that. And when I go to these different places, be it Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Pakistan, a lot of the places that I go to really do talk about how a lot of their customs and cultures are based around different times of year with respect to harvest as well as planting. And so how water ties in not only to that process where we just continue to get our food and our medicine, but also how it affects our community and our culture and our global perspective. And so when you're in a place that's struggling with water constantly in a desert place, how that really does transform into other elements of your life outside of just daily survival was really profound to me. I'm also on the board of the Voss Foundation, you know, Voss Water that they have. And so they've taken it on as their initiative to really work with small organizations in sub-Saharan Africa to build wells and to bring water around the world to these places that have their young girls traveling throughout the jungle, spending all day far now to get water. And because of the drought, they have to go even further and further to carry their bones and their body structure. It also puts them in precarious situations where they might be endangered. So it's a big deal for all of us to really start focusing on the health of our planet through the health of our water. Yeah. And so that's been really up for me. I'm so excited to participate in different organizations and symposiums and conferences and be able to speak all over the world about this topic.
That's beautiful. And, you know, you're going to be at the conference in July, which is in a month. Oh, my gosh, it's coming up.
Yeah.
So I know you have a couple of really, really cool presentations at the conference because we were speaking of different symposiums. I saw two of them. There's Dare to be Dauntless, and then Healer, Heal Thyself Through Sacred Sound. I'm a musician. I love working with sacred music, sound.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about these presentations at the IONS conference and what you're going to share, what people can expect?
Absolutely. I'd be honored to. Thank you. You know, it's been a beautiful journey working with sound. And like you, I've always been kind of with musicians, around musicians. Both my parents are musicians, my brother's a musician. You know, like music's always been such a prominent thing in my life. And so to have this evolution where music and medicine kind of coexist together, and that's one of my programs that I take to these places. It's called Music as Medicine, and it really does work with how sound can heal you in a way that, and touch your heart and open up conversations and dialogues that would be difficult in certain scenarios. And so all of this kind of evolved out of an experience I had where I survived a hate crime. I was run over by a truck.
Wow.
I was
run over by a truck.
You'll hear about it. I did a TED Talk. It's called Dare to be Dauntless. And so I died and came back, and I talk about the transformation of hatred into love and, you know, fear into forgiveness. But really, it's mainly about how sound and music healed me most of all. You know, when you're suffering from something like third-degree burns, at some point, medicine stops helping to alleviate the pain. The only thing that helped me, and I was in the hospital for a year plus in process, trying to heal and really not just heal, but to revive. They, you know, every day they would talk about how they would have to amputate my legs because there was so much damage. But luckily, because of all of the healers that were in my life, not just Western medicine, but also complementary medicine, and a lot of the complementary medicine was meditate and to guide me into a place where I could really go inward and focus on healing myself, is something that I was blown away by, the power of that. And so that's what I'll be sharing. I'll be sharing some of the music that I listened to while I was being healed. And, you know, just taking it to the next level, and how I've found sacred music that really is geared towards creating that transformed, transplanted, transcendent state is what really allows for the mind and the body to kind of shift into this amazing metamorphosis of being and co-creating and allowing for us as one human body to live in this beautiful bubble of sound that will heal not only our bodies and our hearts, but also our communities, and allow us to be one family and get through all the isms and stuff that creates hatred and anger and fear and
It's like the ultimate
separates
unifier.
us.
It's like the unifier, bringing
It's
it together.
absolutely the
Yeah,
unifier.
yeah.
And it's the igniter for the unification.
Absolutely. It sparks, it's like the spark for like so much goodness.
It's the spark, it's the igniter as well as the unifier. And our cells vibrate at a different level. And they've done many studies from the Mozart effect all the way to the water and how music shifts the molecular structure of it.
Yeah.
And those things now we know are true. They are absolutes and scientifically proven. But now they have a new machine called Music with the Plants where you can actually synchronize sound with photosynthesis that's happening with the plants, and you can hear the plants singing. I kid you not. I kid you not.
I believe it. I'm interested.
And you actually can sing with the plants. You sing, the plants stop singing, then you stop singing, the plants start singing. It's crazy.
Wow.
And it's amazing. And it's all music, and it's all vibration and sound, and everything in the entire world is sonic and is vibrating. And how can we not talk about music as the universal healer and the universal communicator? It absolutely is.
I'm with you on that. Now, I personally I've been shifted with music as well by using binaural beats and
yes, I love binaural beats.
Working with theta and alpha, different brain waves for really reprogramming my subconscious. You know, and this was like 2008, 9, and so I know the power of like to the molecular level, how it can really help us. So that is beautiful. We'll definitely have to check
and the last thing that I'm very excited about is I'm doing a project that I'm creating called From Spirit to Soul, a Motown Odyssey. And we're doing it for the big environmental expo in Kazakhstan.
Wow.
So it's going to be working with a 400-person choir from Kazakhstan and their band, and I'm bringing a fabulous funk piano player from here, and we're going to go there and we're going to talk about how Africa and spirituals led to soul and Motown and have everyone experience all of these things, and it's going to be fantastic.
That is beautiful. Will it be video or anything that we're
going to live stream it? It's going to be, the last time I performed in Kazakhstan there were like 10,000 people. Cacophonous and crazy, but that's what's going to make the video awesome.
That's amazing.
But I will keep you posted.
Yeah, please do. And I hope to, see, I'll be at ION's conference myself Saturday evening and part of Sunday. So I hope to, connect with you there as well. That'll be really nice.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I hope to see everyone there.
Absolutely. Well, what's the best way people can stay in touch with you? To share with us a little bit.
Yes. The best way to stay in touch with me, honestly, is to visit my website, or actually Facebook these days is the best way. Okay. And you spell my name Amikaeyla. Amikaeyla.
Very cool. And we'll put that we'll put the links on there as well.
Okay, cool.
Amikaeyla, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And best of luck with all the beautiful projects, and we'll see you next month. Yeah.
Likewise to you too, and I will see you in a little bit.
You got it. And thank you everyone for joining another episode of Global Purpose Speaks. I'm your host, Taz Rashid, and this talk series is created in partnership with IONS and Global Purpose Movement, a collective of change makers convening and co-creating in the globe's current shift towards a world that's working for everyone. And you can join the conversation at globalpurposemovement.com. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Woohoo! All right.
Bye. Yay.